So we're going to get into the next part of the first page, and the reason I wanted you to work on this for 2 days is there's a lot to this, and I'm not so sure you want to just keep banging away at it. You may get it right away. If you don't get it right away, that's okay. We're going to have a little bit more time. I'm going to post a couple of example videos first to go through a couple of these, let you go ahead and work on it yourself. Those of you who can do it real fast, go ahead, take care of it. But I want to give everybody a chance to look at it. I'm going to do one of the easier examples because it'll help you out. Now, I'm going to do a more complex example in a minute, but right here, this is number 2 on the page. And it has a tangent that has a length of 20. And the radius is 15. For now, we're just going to talk about this radius being 15. We're not going to talk about this also being 15. That comes in later. So we have 15 and 20, and we want to know what that total length is. And we know, because we just discussed it, that if there's a tangent line, then the radius has to be perpendicular. So we already have a 90-degree angle. So we have a right triangle that we've created. And yet again, we get to use the Pythagorean theorem to solve this. So if you don't remember Pythagorean theorem, I will write it down for you. The Pythagorean theorem obviously is 1 leg a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where c is the hypotenuse, that slanty side. Okay, so we're gonna name this A, we're gonna name this B, just for fun. You can do it any old way you want, but I'm gonna say 15 squared plus 20 squared equals x, because that's what we're looking for, x squared. Now, I don't have my phone or my calculator handy, but I do know off the top of my head because, well, I might know off the top of my head. 325 if I'm not mistaken, but that's okay. I'll go ahead and find a calculator here. Sorry I'm taking so much time. Come on, I hit you. Dear Lord, that took forever. Anyway, I want to do 15 and square it, and I knew that was 225. 225, and obviously 20 squared is 400. Now you're going to use your calculator for this, just because. If you don't use a calculator for it, I'm going to be a little upset. I'm going to hit the equal sign. That's 625. Now 625, I already know the answer to this, but I'm going to take the square root anyway, because it's one of those things that you just sort of learn as time goes by. So this is 625, when you add them together, equals x squared. And how do we undo a square? We're solving equations, so we're doing that undo thing to get to our final answer. And how do we undo a square? Well, we take the square root of both sides. And I'm going to rewrite it over here. 625 equals x squared. Take the square root. Now x equals, and that's 25. So this is 25. And that makes sense. It's another version of the 3, 4, 5 right triangle. That's one of those special right triangles if you can find a way to factor it down, right? There it is. So there's number 1. That's how you get there. I'm going to show you most likely example of number 5. Let's do number 5.